I bow down to the lotus feet of my love Lord Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra. I bow down to the lotus feet of my guide exemplar, Param Pujyapad Acharya Dev Sri Sri Dada. Jai Guru all. On behalf of brothers and mothers around the globe, I take this opportunity to welcome all of you on this virtual platform to celebrate the holy 133rd birth anniversary of Param Premmay Sri Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra with the blessings of Acharya Dev Param Pujyapad Sri Sri Dada. This celebration, International Virtual Utsav 2020, is a unique experience for all of us, as for the very first time we have gathered on this virtual platform to celebrate our 50 hours of unlimited bliss together with people from 6 continents. Param Pujyapad Acharya Dev Sri Sri Dada has said in his own words, the Sanskrit word for celebration is Utsav, which means all the activities that lead us to our source of being and becoming, who is the embodiment of human life and growth, the spiritual guide, the master, the prophet. He is the embodiment of all that is meaningful to our lives. Let us all pray that this celebration leads all of us closer towards our source of being and becoming, our love Lord, Sri Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra.
Joy Guru all. All the upcoming programs distributed over the next 50 hours will showcase the devotion and love with which everyone has come together to make it a historical event in the recent times. Over the virtual platform, on such a massive scale, all participants, be it on screen or behind screen, has shown their perseverance by working tirelessly to achieve one thing and one thing only, that is to bring a smile in the face of our guide exemplar, Param Pujyapad Acharya Dev Sri Sri Dada. Hence, I welcome you again, everyone watching this, to enjoy the bliss of his blessings. We would like now to start with the salutation to Sri Sri Thakur by brothers and mothers from across the globe. Joy Guru.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam.
Vande
Vande Purushottamam.
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 Vande Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
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 Vande Purushottamam.
Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam. Vande
Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam. Vande Purushottamam.
Vande Purushottamam. Purushottamam.
Bande Purushottam.
Bande Purushottamam.
Purushottamam.
Bande Purushottamam.
Bande Purushottamam.
Bande Purushottamam.
Bande Purushottamam.
Sri Sri Thakur has said, people of similar specialization, being inter-interested, serving one another to the best of their interest, to fulfill the common principle with every glaring aptitude, evolve into a community. I can proudly feel that this Utsav had brought all of us closer than ever before and helped us to evolve as a true community where everyone is inter-interested and growing together on the path of being and becoming. We are truly experiencing that.
Joy Guru to all again. Now we will experience the blissful environment created through bhajans and kirtans offered to the lotus feet of Param Premamoy Sri Sri Thakur, as well as the life and teachings of Sri Sri Thakur's life through personal understanding and experience, shared by devotees located across the globe. Joy Guru.
Joy Guru.
Far away
উপস্থিত সবাইকে আমার আনন্দিত জয়গুরু জানাচ্ছি। যে গানটি আমি পরিবেশন করছি সেটি পরম পূজ্যপাদ শ্রী শ্রী বর্দা বিরচিত। আহা মরি রে আহা মরি আহা আহা মরি রে শ্রীকণ্ঠে শোভিছে সদা স্বস্তি বাণী চয় শ্রীমুখে অমৃত ঝরে নাশে মৃত্যু ভয় শ্রীকণ্ঠে শোভিছে সদা স্বস্তি বাণী চয় শ্রীমুখে অমৃত ঝরে নাশে মৃত্যু ভয় আহরি প্রকাশে রূপ হেন সাধকা কুবলয় বিনিন্দক নয়ন তাহা ঠাহরি প্রকাশে রূপ হেন সাধকা ঘন রূপে তার ভুবন মজিছে, রস ঘন রূপে তার ভুবন মজিছে, অরুণিত করতল অভয় দানিছে। নুয়াইছে কত শত ভকত চরণে, নুয়াইছে কত শত ভগত চরণে, কুটস্থিত মনে তারে বুঝিছে যতনে, আহা কুটস্থিত মনে তারে বুঝিছে যতনে। লক্ষ লক্ষ নর নারী, আহা মরি রে, আহা মরি রে, আহা মরি রে। লক্ষ লক্ষ নর নারী তাহার আশ্রিত, চরণ যুগল তার সর্বত্র পূজিত, আহা চরণ যুগল তার সর্বত্র পূজিত। নয়ন দেখিলে তাহা ভোলা নাহি যায়, নয়ন দেখিলে তাহা ভোলা নাহি যায়, দ্রবীভূত শোধা যেন ঝরিছে ধরায়, দ্রবীভূত শোধা যেন ঝরিছে ধরায়। চকিতে হৃদয় গলে সে রূপ হেরিলে, চকিতে হৃদয় গলে সে রূপ হেরিলে, ক্রমে ভাব মহাভাব হৃদয় সপিলে, বক্ষ ভরিয়া ওঠে আনন্দ লহরে, বক্ষ ভরিয়া ওঠে আনন্দ লহরে, রহি রহি কাঁপে অঙ্গ কভুবাসী হরে, বক্ষ ভরিয়া ওঠে আনন্দ লহরে, রহি রহি কাঁপে অঙ্গ কভুবাসী হরে। তীর্থ মহাতীর্থ সে যে ভব পারাবারে, তীর্থ মহাতীর্থ সে যে ভব পারাবারে। প্রণমি প্রণমি প্রভু, প্রণমি তোমারে, প্রণমি প্রণমি প্রভু, প্রণমি তোমারে, প্রণমি তোমারে। ঠাকুর প্রণমি তোমারে, দয়াল প্রণমি তোমারে। জয় গুরু সবাইকে।
পরম প্রেমময় শ্রী শ্রী ঠাকুরের শ্রীচরণে প্রণাম। পরমারাধ্যা শ্রী শ্রী বড়মার শ্রীচরণে প্রণাম। পরম পূজ্যপাদ ও আচার্যদেব শ্রী শ্রী বড়দার শ্রীচরণে প্রণাম। পরম পূজ্যপাদ ও আচার্যদেব শ্রী শ্রী দাদার শ্রীচরণে প্রণাম। Beloved brothers and mothers, today I am very, very fortunate to proclaim online inauguration of 133rd Holy Birthday celebration of our Lord Param Premomoy Sri Thakur. In my younghood, Acharya Dev Param Pujyapad Dada asked me to give speech in the gathering. With his blessing, let me start with Holy Himayatpur, where Lord Sri Thakur, Acharya Dev Sri Borda, Acharya Dev Sri Dada were born. A legend has it that Emperor Akbar had sent his General Mansingh for suppressing rebellion in Bengal. After his return, his son was in charge, from whose name was derived this name Himayatpur. Param Premomoy Sri Thakur had been God realized by all saints, even while growing up in the holy soil of Himayatpur. He had founded Satsang ashram, which had spread all over the world in years. No topics on earth exist that Sri Thakur didn't reflect light on. An unaccounted number of world-renowned people had visited him, and some of them took initiation. But greater calling was waiting for himself in Deoghar. His incessant work for 58 years had a toll on his health. Sri Thakur embarked on journey to Deoghar on September 1st, 1946. Thus, two spiritual empires, Himayatpur and Deoghar, came into existence. We all seek realization of God. For that, we need attachment to our living Acharya Dev Sri Dada. People from all over the globe will flock in with their problems and receive main solution from Acharya Dev Sri Dada. Let us pray for his good health and long life. 4 years back, Pujaniya Babaida asked me to give speeches about some incident I know. Now, I will tell you some incidents. In the year 1922, Dayal Thakur asked his mother Monmohini Devi to start Ananda Bajar. And that prasad in Ananda Bajar was like Amrito. Whole day you don't have to eat anything after eating that. Now, in the year 1925, people surrounding ashram was very jealous. One day, about 500 of them tried to attack ashram. Thakur asked everybody to go inside their house, and he alone stand on their way. Keshtoda said, Ma mekang saranang bhajo. Suddenly, from somewhere, about 25 military soldiers came and stand with rifle surrounding Sri Thakur. Those people coming to attack, they were very scared, and then they ran away from there. Till now, nobody knows where the military came from. in Devghar ashram, one day in Anandabazar got fire. Now, as soon as Sisi Borda and Sisi Dada heard that, they ran and came to that place. Borda said that devotees have gathered and contributed this rice and dal. They did that with so much effort, I can't let it get burned. Saying that, he rushed through that flame into that room, and those sack of rice and dal on his back, he came out of that room. That temperature was so high, the rice became moody. Sisi Dada asked us to form a human chain. He himself started withdrawing the water bucket after bucket from the well. Sisi Boroma asked the ashram mothers to clean the place. Now you may think, where was the fire truck? The fire truck was in accident. I will tell you one of the glorious moments of my life. When I got the chance to come to Canada, I went and prayed to Lord Sri Thakur. I have got a call from Canada. Should I go? Sri Thakur called me and blessed me by keeping his hand on my head. Today I will show you that. Before that, let me tell you what it was written there. তোমার দিব্য উঠুক জেগে শক্তি রেখে অন্তরে তেমনি করেই উতল হোক্তা ইষ্ট নেশার ধুম ধরে 9:06 AM 30/10/67. You can see this photocopy of that. Now, the outbreak of COVID-19 is everywhere. People are dying now and then. But think of Satsang Devghar. Have you noticed that there is not a single case of COVID-19 in Devghar? Why? Because the people in ashram practice and follow the restriction order by Pujaniya Babaida. I pray for your safety. That's all now. Jai Guru.
Joy Guru. At first, I'd like to offer my humble pranam on the lotus feet of Supreme Beloved, Love Lord Sri Sri Thakur, Jagat Janani Sri Sri Barama, Param Pujyapada Sri Sri Borda, Param Pujyapada Acharya Dev Sri Sri Dada, and Reverend Babaida. What a blissful moment. With the blessing of our Acharya Dev Sri Sri Dada, we are celebrating 133 birth anniversary of Sri Sri Thakur worldwide in this online forum. I feel blessed to get an opportunity to speak on this forum. I have been asked to speak about my experiences. I was born after the demise of Sri Sri Thakur, so did not have the opportunity to see our Supreme Beloved in my own eyes. But I have realized, experienced Sri Sri Thakur through Acharya Parampara. I will narrate few incidents in my family. My father had a rare disease when he was in his late 40s. I was 5 years old child at that time. His heart was very weak, could not do any work, and he used to feel like his heart is going to fail and he will die immediately. Doctor's treatment did not work. he went to Thakur Bari and placed his health issues before Sri Borda. Listening to all his ailments in detail with compassion, Sri Borda kindly made a dietary chart for him with some herbal medicine. He followed the instruction thoroughly and he was completely cured. He is now in his 90s and still in good health. Param Pujyapad Sri Borda saved my father from his death and showed the light of life and hope from darkness to a very poor family. The very first glimpse of Sri Thakur's blessings that I experienced, which I could still remember, was when I was 8 years old. My younger brother was very sick for a few days. Because of the poverty in the family, we were not even able to take him to good doctors. While we were doing evening prayer one evening, including my brother lying in the mattress, my father found my brother's heart has stopped beating and my mother started crying. My father asked all of us to be quiet, calm and meditate on the holy name of Sri Thakur. We were meditating for hours and then my father saw some movement of his body after an hour and he revived. The first time I realized the greatness of Sri Thakur and the greatness of the holy name, we all offered our pranam to our loved Lord, Supreme Beloved, Sri Thakur Unukul Chandra with joy, a divine joy that we all felt that evening. We did not have money to visit Thakur Bari quite often when we were young. I received some money from national scholarship that I received during my study at IIT. Then I thought of going to Thakur Bari. I took my brother along with me. We stayed at Manmohini Dham at night, went for morning prayer, and after offering pranam to Sri Thakur, Sri Bodama and Sri Borda at Nadmando, we followed other devotees to have holy darshan and pranam of Sri Borda at Borda's Bari. We were behind a long queue and respected Rohitosda came to us and said, Sri Borda is asking about us. We were very surprised as no one knew us there. How Sri Borda would know us? He took us in front of him. We offered our humble pranam and his merciful eyes were on us. No words from him, but what we felt is the epitome of love, source of infinite mercy and kindness. This was such a thrilling experience that I cannot put it in my words. I still feel that thrill in my body when I cherish my memories. It will remain as a lifelong treasure for me, my only direct interaction with Param Pujyapad Sri Borda. Following these incidents, we realized that we need to follow Sri Thakur wholeheartedly in our life because Sri Borda loved us so much. In 2007, my elder sister was diagnosed with a complex brain cyst. I took her to Acharyadev Sri Dada and with his holy blessings, she was taken to CMC Vellore for operation by my family members. Operation went okay, but she suffered from meningitis just after the operation and had to be admitted at ICU care. The doctors could not give any hope for recovery. I was in Australia by then. My mother called and asked me to come immediately to Vellore as doctors gave no hope for her survival. I tried to pacify my mother's agony and said to Ma that we have the blessings of Acharyadev Sri Dada. She should be fine. I took the next flight and reached Vellore with permission from the doctors, went to ICU and found she's in a very critical condition, still taking the holy name even in that state. Next day, doctor said, she is still in critical condition, but not require ICU and can be put into normal bed, but she will never be normal. She could go into deep coma or she could remain in a paralyzed state for the rest of her life. In that situation, I requested if we could have a single private room for her care, which was granted by the hospital. We 3 brothers were there and then decided that we'll meditate on the holy name non-stop with 8 hours of rotation while doctors and nurses were doing the normal rounds. Her motor coordination system completely failed. She was like a flesh and bone, pile of flesh and bone in the body without any control for her movement at all. So we were doing the meditation on a rotational basis. One day passed, second day we were doing our evening prayer and we started the verse, Daya karo mere saiya, deo prem ki daat, dukh sukha kuch bhai pe nahi, chhute sab utpaat. We found a bit of sensation in her body. I asked her, following our prayer, I asked my brother to take off their hands and find out that she was able to sit in the bed. I asked her what had happened, how we are able to sit now. She said, looks like Thakur was holding my back and I am able to sit. And at that moment, tears rolled down from our eyes to witness the mercy of Sri Thakur and blessings of Acharya Dev Sri Dada. With the blessing of Acharya Dev Sri Dada and Reverend Babai Dada, she is still alive. In 2011, my wife was diagnosed with bone cancer in Australia. The report said it is a very aggressive form of cancer and require immediate management. The news came as a bolt from the blue for me. Never ever have I thought in my even wildest dream that she could have cancer, that too in the aggressive form in the bone. The only remedy doctors said is immediate amputation of the leg. But they will have to do all the tests and biopsy and all that beforehand as a normal procedure. Without thinking twice, I wrote a letter to Acharya Dev Sri Dada, my only source of hope in life, by completely surrendering myself, and sent the letter through a friend of mine who was going to India. My brother took the letter from my friend at the airport and rushed to Devghar without wasting any time. Sri Dada read the letter, looked into the report that I sent, all the diagnostic report in detail, and told respected Sanjeev Da, tell Suhas not to worry. I am telling this is going to be benign. I am telling this is going to be benign. I am telling this is going to be benign. Respected Sanjeev Da then passed that message to me through my brother. The moment I received his message, I was completely relieved, even though I knew what is ahead in front of me. A lot of my friends said that it will be a good testament for my Lord. My wife had to go through all the tests, biopsy, etc. After a few days, we received a call from the doctor to come and see him. Obviously, my wife was very nervous, and doctor told that he has received the biopsy result. He said, I'm practicing as a specialist oncologist for almost 25 years, and my experience is somewhat proven wrong. The biopsy result has come back as negative. I have squeezed the microbiologist for long and sent the samples again to another lab for reconfirmation. And all the test results are negative. Don't know the reason, and probably your faith and on your guru have saved you. As he saw, my wife used to carry the photo of Sri Thakur and Sri Dada whenever she used to go to operation theatre. Later on, Acharya Dev Sri Dada gave her some herbal medicine which helped her to completely recover from the deadly disease. I have experienced the divine power of Sri Dada to cure the incurable disease and saved me and my family. Intellectuals around the world are jabbering that God is in heaven. He is far away, far removed, but He is so close to me. When I can speak to whom I can speak to, who responds to me at the time of need. Whenever I have said to Sri Dada that you have saved us from the verge of death, he said, it is just the blessing of Sri Thakur. Such is his humility and love for all of us. Acharya Dev Sri Dada does not want us to be miracle mongers, want us to achieve or elevate our life to reach to the greatest height, inspire us to follow Sri Thakur's messages in our thoughts and actions, and motivate us to spread his messages to the world. As such, we can live and grow and help others in the world for their being and becoming, to rescue the mankind from the current clutches of the pandemic and to protect us from any such future disasters and calamities. Acharya Dev Sri Dada has blessed us to reach out to 3.5 crores of people around the globe with the holy name of Sri Thakur. So let us jump into it, carry out his commands, fulfill his holy wish, and make our life blissful. Jai Guru. I would like to pray to Almighty Lord for showering his infinite mercy to all the people around the globe and make your life blissful by following him. Jai Guru.
पुरुषोत्तम की लीलाया अभिनव है। छाया रे आनंद परम आनंद पुरुषोत्तम की लीलाया अभिनव। छाया रे आनंद परम आनंद पुरुषोत्तम की लीलाया अभिनव है। पतित पावन नर नारायण पतित पावन नर नारायण प्रेममय रूप आज हुए प्रकट है। पतित पावन प्रेममय रूप आज हुए प्रकट। छाया रे आनंद परम आनंद पुरुषोत्तम की लीलाया अभिनव। छाया रे नैनों की धारा बहती निरंतर मिलन तरसित पुलकित अंतर। नैनों की धारा बहती निरंतर मिलन तरसित पुलकित अंतर। भक्त भगवान का मिलन मनोहर। भगवान का मिलन मनोहर। राधा 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 धुन पुकारे। भक्त भगवान का मिलन मनोहर। भगवान का मिलन मनोहर। राधा 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 छाया रे आनंद परम आनंद पुरुषोत्तम की लीलाया हरे अमृत नाम प्रेम का निर्झर विश्व भुवन को प्लावित कर। नहीं उमंग से जागे आज प्राण मन। नहीं उमंग से जागे आज प्राण मन। प्रेम लहर सागर नहीं उमंग से जागे आज प्राण मन। छाया रे आनंद भर गाओ रे, एक किसी का नाम दुख से उठावे। प्रभु की महिमा गान भर गाओ रे, एक किसी का नाम दुख से उठावे। प्रभु की महिमा गान भर गाओ रे, एक किसी का नाम दुख से उठावे। छाया रे तो पावो পরমানন্দ পুরুষোত্তম লীলায় অভিনব। জয় গুরু।
वंदे पुरुषोत्तमम। परम प्रेममय श्री श्री ठाकुर चरण कोटि कोटि प्रणाम। विश्व कल्याणमय श्री श्री बड़मांग चरण कोटि कोटि प्रणाम। परम पूज्य पाद जुगाचार्य श्री श्री बड़दांग चरण कोटि कोटि प्रणाम। परम पूज्य पाद आचार्य देव श्री श्री दादांग चरण कोटि कोटि प्रणाम। Joy Guru everyone. This is Nihar from London. I welcome everyone to this international virtual Utsav blessed by our Acharya Dev Sisi Dada. Today is a very blissful day for all of us. In this opportunity, I want to share few of my experience and how my life changed when I first met Acharya Dev Sisi Dada and Gurujan. My first introduction towards my love Lord Sisi Thakur through my parents as age 12. They introduced me to Thakur through Diksha, and they told me how to do prayer and how to give Ishtavuti to Thakur. That Ishtavuti things makes me attached to the Thakur from childhood. That is the only one I know from childhood till I reached UK 12 years ago. But that life is going to be changed in 2010. When Pujana Binkida came to UK, I'm very fortunate to have spent time with him one day during our annual Utsav. That day I feel what a beautiful day, what a blissful day. And my mind start thinking how I can make this life, whole life like that day. I start thinking when I can come to Deoghar, when I can give darshan to do pranam to my Acharya Dev Sisi Dada. That day came in 2011 when I decided to go to Deoghar alone. Spend time with Acharya Dev and Gurujan. Whole of my travel from UK to Deoghar, I have lot of questions, thousands of questions in my mind. How I will interact with Dada, which language I'll interact, I'll get opportunity or not. Thousands of questions in my mind. But as soon as I reached Deoghar, all these questions evaporated. And the same feeling start coming when I first meet Fujino Binkida in London. That 7 days unforgettable moment. It's just I feel that my Acharya Dev, my Gurujan know me from many years, and they welcome, they give me love in such a way that I am with him from for many years with them. That 7 days is unforgettable day. That's changed my life. That is the second step, you can say. First introduction with Thakur, then with attached with Acharya Dev, and the next step of my life started in 2015 when Acharya Dev blessed Pujana Sipada to came to UK. All the satsang in UK is very fortunate to spend time with him, not for 1 hour, 2 hour, 1 day. 12 days, 24/7. The dream comes true that spend time with Gurujan, day and night. But that days is a lesson learned. We ask lots of questions, answer session with Pujana Sipada. He patiently answer all of them. I remember one thing when Sipada told me that Acharya Dev Sisi Dada sent him for one reason. He himself feel Thakur in such a way. Acharya Dev want all of us, we should be in that level which Pujana Sipada feel Thakur in his life. I don't know how we come to that level and feel Thakur. But Sipada said that's only possible when you have an unconditional love. Unconditional love towards your love Lord. We don't know in that time how to serve him. We did lot of mistake. But whenever Sipada talked to anyone, he praised all of us in such a way that we did some miracle. We did something good. That's a lesson learned for all of us, that how we should do in our life. Praise others. Forget about negative things. Forget about mistakes. And that day we realize whatever we learn from Satyanusaran, we express, we feeling Satyanusaran live in front of him. From that day onwards, we all feeling that Thakur hold us in his hand so tightly that we don't have any other options other than this holy path. That we are very fortunate to feel that. I remember I heard this story of a mad person in many satsangs. That one mad person is searching about God. He did not find God. Someone said, go to Deoghar, you will find your God there. He went there. As soon as he reached to Thakur, Thakur said, come, where are you? I am searching for me from many days. That mad person think, how is it? He spent time with Deoghar. He do nothing. People start complaining about him to Thakur. Instead of listening of the complaint, Thakur said, everyone that this person, whatever he want, whatever food he want, whatever things you want, every day one person will be arranged that. As soon as Thakur said, people start complaining and servicing him with love. That love changes his mind. He think that how can a person can love me without expect anything from me? And that love makes him cry. He cry a lot. Thakur asked, why you are crying? He said, I am thinking about my family. I don't know how they are now. Thakur said, you should go to your family. Also Thakur arranged everything to him to return back, such a way that a daughter going to his in-laws with everything, with a mixed emotion of happiness, of sadness also, because he is leaving. Before he leave, he said, Thakur, I never see God in my life, but if God is there, then he will be like you. The same feeling when I went to Devghar with my family, when I interact with Acharya Dev Sisi Dada in Natmandap, when we are do Nivedan, we are returned back. The same emotions, same feeling we can see from his eyes. This unconditional love you cannot find anywhere else in the life. In 2020, we all are facing COVID-19 pandemic. We all are worried. Whole world is worried about their job, about their health, about their family and everything. Because life suddenly changed. But we all Satsangi did not feel a single bit about that. But it's reversed to us. In this opportunity, we have more interact with each other than others, the other time. And in this time, Acharya Dev Sisi Dada thinking about us every second. He's guiding with us every second. When you have such love life through Acharya Dev, who thinking about you, who guiding you every second, what else is left to think about it? And what else we need in our life? This is the best in our life. I do not deserve that life, but due to his love, I'm getting this blissful day every second. And due to this pandemic, we all are gathering in this platform from all over the world in one platform to share our feeling through kirtan, through jajan, through discussion, to spread our Thakur love all over the world. And this is a blissful day for me, for all of us. I remember when Pujanya Babaida said in one of the conference that there is no difference between him and us. Not at all any difference. The only one difference between him and us is that the belief towards Thakur. The way he believed Thakur, the way we all believe, especially the way I am believing. We believe Thakur based on our conditions, based on some situation. Sometimes we believe, sometimes don't. But he believed 100%. Every second. And we can be reached to that level when we have that unconditional love and belief towards our love Lord. I am very fortunate that I am able to see Thakur through Acharya Dev Sisi Dada. I did not see in my life to Thakur, but I can feel Thakur when I come to Acharya Dev. And that belief makes you bold. That belief makes you fearless. That belief makes you confident. When these things will come, you don't have any worry, any fearness, and confident. You can win everything in your life. That's why this is a blissful day. And that should be our life. That's what Thakur said. First of all, we must be bold to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. First of all, I convey my pranam to my master, Sisi Thakur Anukul Chandra. I convey my pranam to Sisi Borma. I convey my pranam to Sisi Boroda. I convey my pranam to Acharya Sisi Dada. I convey my pranam to Thakur family. I offer my hearty Jai Guru to all lovers of existence and growth. On this occasion of 133rd birthday celebration through International Virtual Utsav, I am blessed to be part of this mega event. Satsang is a philanthropic organization with focus on individual. Individual is the basic entity for family, society, country, or world at a large. So he has focused on the basic root. Thakur says, man is my income and love is my expenditure. When Mahatma Gandhi inquired Thakur during his visit to Satsang Ashram about aim of Satsang, Thakur said, aim of Satsang is to make a man of character. I came to know about Satsang when I was studying in ISM Dhanbad, Indian School of Mines Dhanbad. My batchmates who are also studying petroleum engineering with me, they were initiates or Satsangi, and from them I came to know about Satsang. Once they were going to Devghar, which is the center of Satsang, and this is the place where Thakur has done his life Leela, and he stayed from 1946 to 1969 there. And I got the opportunity to go to Devghar with my friends. I liked the pure and peaceful environment of Satsang. I had the darshan of eldest son of Sisi Thakur. We call him Sisi Borda. I prayed to him for getting initiation. With his blessings, I got Diksha from Pujni Babaida. Since I am from Asansol, West Bengal, my hometown is there, and which is very near to Devghar, I used to visit Devghar frequently. During one of my visits, I'm sharing one incident. During one of my visits, after morning prayer, as we know, after morning prayer, we used to offer pranam to Sisi Thakur, Sisi Bodama, Sisi Borda, Acharya Sisi Dada, and then we come to Pujni Babaida. So similarly, after all pranam, when I went to Pujni Baba, offering my pranam to Pujni Babaida, I saw a young boy of age around maybe like 18 or like that. He was sitting near Pujni Babaida. Then I came to know that this boy was attempting suicide, and some of the people, they brought him to Pujni Babaida. Pujni Babaida is talking to him in very polite and lovely manner. He says, Satsang is for existence and growth. We never think of even suicide or death. Thakur says, do never die nor cause death. Resist death to death. So whatever may the situation be, we should not think of suicide. Even if we have lost all money, all property, even our relatives or near ones are not there, or even if we are in jail, or whatever extremes may be, we should never think of suicide. This is what Satsang teaches us. Pujni Babaida gives a simple practical analogy to that boy. He says, have you seen a process of cooking vegetables? He said, yes. Then
Pujni Baba again asks, do we directly put vegetables in fire? Obviously no. Then what do? We keep a cooking pan on the flame and then we put vegetables in that pan. It means that cooking pan is an obstacle between fire and vegetable. Still we use it. Why? Just to have a proper cooking of the vegetables, so that vegetables are not burnt when it directly comes in touch with the fire. Similarly, in a similar analogy, in life also, obstacles are required for proper nurturing, for proper experience, for shaping us. It is required. So we should not think that obstacles are like something which should not be coming, because even if we are doing exercise, we do some. It is not basically this exercise is giving pain, but still it is useful for the body. Similarly, these obstacles will be painful for short term, but in long, it will be helping us. It will give us lessons and it will give us an opportunity. It will shape us. In this present fast life, due to cutthroat competition, everyone is under stress. Take it students, parents, professionals, businessmen, or anyone. All are going through tremendous tension in life. Pujni Baba gives a simple solution to it. He says, feel and stay full of enjoyment, bliss, and anand with complete reliance on Thakur, Guru, Master, who is fulfiller the best. If we rely on him, we become fearless. Sisi Dada used to say, Take bhalobaso, means love him, love the Supreme Father. Bhalobasa in Bengali means tar bhalote bas kora. That is, to live as per likings of our Master. We should not be selfish. Rather, we should live an ideal-centric life, living life as per the wishes of ideal. In daily, in auto-suggestion, we used to say, I am son or daughter of Supreme Father, and I possess all the godly qualities. By repeating this auto-suggestion and visualizing it, makes a better person every day. We are improving our behavior, our character, day by day. So this is the simple technique which Thakur has given us, which makes our life every day in a positive direction. We can see a sun in a small droplet of water, which is in a form of a dew. This water droplet, this small water droplet, possesses the complete sun. How can it be possible? It's only because that water is pure. That's why it can possess the complete sun. Similarly, if we want to achieve our aim of Ishwar Prapti, that is possessing Lord, we have to be pure. Pure means no duality. Thakur says, if you want to prosper in avowed activity or sadhana, give up hypocrisy. So hypocrisy is the problem which will not lead us to the right way. So this go between, this hypocrisy is to be foregone from our life. Love Lord has come and he is distributing love to everyone. But still we are not able to receive it. Why? What's the reason that even if he is distributing and we are not able to receive it? Because we are not connected to him. We are not in tune with him. If you are not in tune, how can we get him? is same example like a bulb is there, but if you're not putting the switch on, it is not connected. So if it is not connected, you will not see the brightness in the bulb. So that glowing will not be there. So we have to be connected to the Supreme Father. If you're connected, Thakur says, if you're connected to the source, you will never be deprived of the resource. So he is source of everything. So we should be connected to him. Since Thakur has provided us with solution of everything. So some qualities are required for that. What are those qualities? Those qualities are, we should be having Sat Chinta, good thoughts, Sat Vyavhar, that is good behavior, Vishwas, that is faith, reliance, Nirbharta, and sacrifice. Basically, all these qualities are required to be pure and connected to him. Pujni Babada used to say, Jo rakhe saiya, maar sake na koi. Means one who is leading life as per God. God is primary in his life, and tuned to him, no one can destroy him. Thakur says, Bhabcho bose cholbe kise, Bhabbar tumi ke, Bhabbar jini, Bhabchen tini, Tumi bhabo take. This verse is in Bengali, meaning, why are we worried about our life? Love Lord knows everything. What are our requirements? So we should just think, speak and do for him. So why are we worrying? I'll conclude my speech with Thakur's verse, which clearly says what we have to do. Thakur says, suffer for him, sufferings will fly away. Jai Guru. Jai Guru.
Joy Guru. The really great are always of similar conception. They may differ in language and pose, but they are invariably nurturers of distinctiveness, revealers of the laws of nature, upholders of dharma, i.e., of existence. These are the holy words delivered by our love Lord, Sri Sri Thakur Onukul Chandra. At another time, Sri Sri Thakur said, he who is for his love is for his self and environment too. It is when I contemplate on these messages that I begin to understand why it is naturally the case that so many people living around the world adhere to Sri Sri Thakur and follow the principles and practices of Satsang that he laid down. If I discover such a great person who can demystify the world I occupy, then I gain not only peace from that clarity, but also a route to prosperity. And if I am nurtured according to my specific character, then my advance toward it is expedited. Naturally, I'll be inclined to such an individual. Naturally, I'll love him. Naturally, I'll be attached to him. By this rationale, what becomes apparent is the universality. And according to Thakur, he who is for his love is for his self and environment too. Therefore, the greater one's attachment to the love Lord, the more those around him feel the effect of that. And in this context, the burgeoning Satsang interest and activities around the world is no surprise. As one explores the development of Satsang around the world, many interesting facts and noteworthy learnings are uncovered. Take, for example, the case in Denmark. It presents a very unique case where a devotee, after many years of trying to discover fellow followers in his locality, finally manages to connect with such devotees only after a lockdown came into force. And moreover, when he himself fell ill with COVID-19. And it's an irony, for sure, that he managed to connect with others to start a Shochong movement only after social restrictions came into force. But the incident also highlights that nothing can impede the urge to unite under the shelter of the Lord. Not to mention that Thakur was there at a time of need, for that person made a full recovery. At the other end of the scale, there are countries like Myanmar, where there is a long, almost century-long history, with the movement being started by Sri Sri Thakur himself, sending a clergyman to that region in the year 1924 to spread divine word and to initiate people. Furthermore, it was Thakur who also, in 1957, gave the blessing for the establishment of a Shochong centre, so that devotees could come together under one roof. An interesting incident regarding its establishment is that someone who was hostile towards Thakur transformed. And eventually, he was the one that stepped forward to contribute significantly towards the effort in establishing the centre right in the prime location of the former Myanmar capital. Nepal is another country in the region with a long, cherished history, with our present Acharyadev, Sri Sri Dada, our guide exemplar, being the one who inaugurated the very first centre that was built there. Many people from America and around the world, in fact, immersed themselves in the divine atmosphere of Thakur's ashram in Deoghar, both during Thakur's stay in the ashram himself and after he departed his mortal frame. Maybe the culture and lifestyle with Thakur was quite different for those who came from abroad and far afield, but after spending considerable time there, with keen involvement, its enlivening value could be felt, and they were able to take back his holy messages and more meaningfully communicate them in their home of origin. And from those times, there is now a large base of devotees with the coordinated activities across multiple states in America. By great toil, many present-day devotees were able to establish a charitable body and register it as Shochong America, and they were able to establish a Shochong Center in the city of New York. Devotees came and went from America, but somehow the momentum never stalled. It was as if they were part of a movement that had a life of its own. Daily life in America can be quite busy and hectic, as those who live there can say best. Many years ago, at the time of migrating to America, one young gentleman was specifically advised by our present Acharyadev, Sri Sri Dada, to be diligent in his career, but nonetheless ensure that he not neglect the efforts to spread the holy word of Sri Sri Thakur. And regarding the spreading of the holy word, I've heard such endeavours, they never go in vain. Maybe we don't see the impact immediately, but there is an effect, and it shows itself sooner or later. It's almost like a pitter-patter of impulses, and from these activities there's a ripple with time, creating a tremor of excitement in the environment. And I'm more convinced of this when we consider the case in Tanzania, where by these efforts, by these activities, spreading the word of Thakur, there has come to be a greater admiration for Thakur amongst local people. And turning our attention to the continent of Africa, in Ghana, there has been a relatively rapid expansion of Shochong activity there. The first Shochong was organised in the early 2000s, the first Holy Panja was given to a Ghanaian resident, the first commitment to hold monthly Shochongs, and before long the first annual Utsav. All these milestones were passed in a relatively short period of time. And at present, that rapture is overflowing into neighbouring Ivory Coast. A similar exponential growth occurred in the United Kingdom as well. Our present Acharyadev was once asked how Utsavs in the UK could be celebrated in the grand scale with a grand mass involvement as is done in the central ashram in Deoghar in India. And in response, he compared the growth of shochong in a locality to that of growing a tree. First, you must prepare the soil. Afterwards, you have to sow the seeds. Then, when the seedlings come out, you need to nurture them. And you have to then protect the saplings when they grow that much more, until it becomes a fully established tree. And with regards to the UK, he said the soil had long since been prepared. Now the seeds need to be sown. And immediately the mind is turned to the need for spreading the word of Thakur and his holy messages. However, I for one do wonder, how had the soil been prepared, so to speak? And in this respect, the experience of devotees in Finland comes to mind, where a devotee experienced shochong in his family environment before he himself took holy initiation. And this highlights the need to infuse the scent of shochong before one can effuse it. Also in this connection, I do remember being told that two Guru Bhais, two devotees from the UK, had come together to discuss how shochong activities can be conducted in the UK whilst they were in Deoghar. That fire to unite under the umbrella of the Love Lord, that is a primary factor. And perhaps this also plays a part in the soil preparation, so to speak. And of course, there was also one other major factor. Reverend Mesda, our present Acharyadev's younger brother, he had lived in the UK with his family for many years. And now consider, if the impulse of shochong activities never withers, they have ripples in the environment with time, then what could have been the silent impact on the immediate environment that year after year enjoyed the customs, conduct, manners, and behaviour of one whose very being holds the sacred blood of the Love Lord Sri Sri Thakur. In the UK, there was a time when Guru Bhais talked of a holiday together as a pastime. And though that never materialized, it was precisely this feeling of merriment and togetherness that surrounded the first shochong venture in the capital of the European Union, Brussels, in Belgium. And that holy occasion really felt like a holiday. And since that time, shochongs have always been conducted in Belgium with the attendance of new devotees who subsequently adhered to Sri Sri Thakur as guide, master, and the paramount fulfiller. Soon, shochong was to forge on to Germany, and it did so with inspiring stimulus. There was doubt surrounding whether the first planned shochong in Germany could proceed or not, because there was a sad loss in the family of the devotee making the arrangements there. And there was doubt as to whether that would overshadow the holy occasion or not. But after seeking the guidance from the centre in Deoghar, word came back of Acharyadev's specific, firm command. Since you have resolved to conduct a shochong, you must go ahead. And from that incredible impetus, events continue to unfurl beautifully to this day. Soon, a variety of functions were being conducted to attract people from all walks of life in various parts of Europe. For instance, in the Czech Republic, opinion makers from a variety of fields of expertise converged to express their views on the philosophy of Sri Thakur. Satsang continued in Europe, and with such a momentum that when it came to organising the first Utsav in Norway, it was a natural progression. And as much as it was a natural progression, it was daunting just as well. Because within that immediate locality, there was very limited devotees. How on earth could they hope to organise an Utsav? And yet, somehow, by faith and reliance on Thakur, that the seemingly impossible would come to be by his grace alone, the very best Utsav was delivered with an incredible divine atmosphere, as only those in attendance can say. And this is no less the case with devotees living in Oman, who started everything there from scratch, with full faith in Acharyadev, and doing everything for his pleasure. Devotees in their masses gather every year, with growing numbers taking holy initiation from the growing realization of Thakur. And from one inconceivable occurrence to another, in the present year of social restrictions, an unexpected large number of initiations have taken place in the Netherlands, dwarfing that which occurred in previous years. And when I consider the instances of devotion and how by faith they have led to all that was achieved and priorly mentioned, revealing his might and his grace, one humbling, holy message of his comes to mind. Extreme the attachment, tremendous the move. It has transpired in each country and locality, and at every stage of development, Satsang has flourished after devotees connected to the source by seeking guidance from Acharyadev in Deoghar. Whether we consider the start of events in Kuwait, Hong Kong, Italy, Australia, the same story is told. In Kuwait, there had been a steady increase in participation of events, from an initial 4 attendees at the very first Satsang to 400 people in the last Utsav that took place in 2019, all by the direction and guidance of Acharyadev in Deoghar. In July 2019, the first Satsang congregation was conducted in Hong Kong, with most attendees being new to the experience. 5 persons took holy initiation at the time as well. And in Italy, the first ever Utsav was organised in September 2019 in Rome, where 10 people took initiation, and this was rapidly followed by a Satsang in Milan, where 3 people were initiated and many fellow devotees were discovered as well as an added bonus. In Australia, an annual Utsav is arranged in Adelaide and Sydney, and regular Satsang activities in almost every state of Australia, with around 60 active families and growing, take place every month. Satsang was officially registered there in 2018 as Satsang Oceania, and devotees are now exploring how to establish a permanent centre there. So there is quite a lot of progress and quite a lot of impressive accomplishments going on all around the world. But there is something that has to be mentioned and something that has to be noted. Wheresoever the descendants of Thakur have stepped foot, there has been a revolution in the pace of Satsang activity by the potence of their sacred blood and the vigour of their own adherence and allegiance to the Love Lord Sri Thakur Ranakul Chandra. Just consider Canada has benefited from a 50-year history with the doings of experienced devotees, but nonetheless, Shotrong activities burgeoned only after the visit of Reverend Shipaida in 2015. Shotrong Canada was officially registered, a temporary Shotrong Centre was inaugurated, and annual Utsavs began all after his arrival. It just goes to show, in this complex world of modern times, it's not easy to get disentangled. In Dubai, after the visit of Reverend Binkida, there was a growth in Shotrong activity, and subsequently a Shotrong Centre was established with the enthusiasm of local dignitaries even. And after his visits to Malaysia and Singapore, the rate of holy initiations doubled, and devotees were able to register an official body, Shotrong Malaysia Social Welfare Association. So, if we look around us, we see it is quite possible for people to fall into pockets of relative isolation, pandemic or no pandemic. Societal integration does not happen of itself. For that, we need to adhere to a common love Lord who, whilst maintaining our individual distinctiveness, unites us from within. And why should I be interested to enrich my environment by Shotrong culture? Why should I be interested in integration? Because my environment is inherent to my quality of life. Just take, for example, if my neighbour improves his or her garden, then I can enjoy its improved beauty. So too, if my neighbour can improve his circumstance and character, that is something I too benefit from. So in this regard, what is there to learn from the rich world history of Shotrong? Here too, Thakur's holy messages come to mind. Specifically, first, be thou an example. Impart the value of life and growth, and consecrated control of passionate crave to the people. Let them attempt accordingly. Bliss peeps through it. I'll read it again. First, be thou an example. Impart the value of life and growth, and consecrated control of passionate crave to the people. Let them attempt accordingly. Bliss peeps through it. And as one of many millions who would hear this instruction, I must understand that bliss peeps through if I exert myself to be an example. And if I am sincerely adhered to the Love Lord through association with Acharyadev, our guide exemplar, then I can be a catalyst for peace and prosperity. Joy Guru.
জয় জয় ওগো দয়াল প্রাণের ঠাকুর নমো নমো 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 নমো
वंदे पुरुषोत्तमं वंदे पुरुषोत्तमं वंदे पुरुषोत्तमं परम प्रेमय श्री ठाकुर अनुकूल चंद्र जी की परम प्रेमय श्री ठाकुर अनुकूल चंद्र जी की परम प्रेमय श्री ठाकुर अनुकूल चंद्र जी की परम आराध्य जगत जननी शिष्य बड़ माँ की परम आराध्य जगत जननी शिष्य बड़ माँ की परम आराध्य जगत जननी शिष्य बड़ माँ की परम पूजपाद शिष्य बड़दा की परम पूजपाद शिष्य बड़दा की परम पूजपाद शिष्य बड़दा की परम पूजपाद आचार्य देव श्री दादा की परम पूजपाद आचार्य देव श्री दादा की परम पूजपाद आचार्य देव श्री दादा की सत्संग की सत्संग की सत्संग की वंदे पुरुषोत्तमं वंदे आज पितृम वंदे मातृवर्गम वंदे अहम किष्टि देवतम वंदे पुरुषोत्तमं वंदे पुरुषोत्तमं वंदे पुरुषोत्तमं परम प्रेमय श्री ठाकुर अनुकूल चंद्र जी की।
With this, we have finished the inaugural program. Please stay tuned to the next program, Sangeetanjali, and many other programs coming over the next 2 days. Jai Guru.